the 7th day of the journey of the boat Madeline to Gaza to break the siege and to create a people's humanitarian corridor. We've come a long way, and now we can finally say that we are so close. Right there is Egypt, and right there, 48 hours from now, it's Gaza. We arrive on Monday, and to be honest, this mission should not even exist. We know that. It should be countries doing that, and a global peace force doing that. It should be the countries that sign the UN Charter itself, the countries that signed the Statute of Rome, the UN Convention against Genocide, against Apartheid. International organizations should be doing an effort like this. Not everyday people like us. But when governments fail, we sail. And we know we have a responsibility here, and we're not even the story. The story is the Palestinian people has been surviving 8 decades of a genocide and ethnic cleansing that structures itself into an apartheid colonial state that is led not by a religion, but by an ideology, a racist and supremacist hateful ideology called Zionism. And that right now has been escalating this genocide into 1 year and 9 months, hell on earth, and that for 3 months now has left the Palestinian people without any food. After 82 days of a total blockade that not a single drop of water, not a single bag of rice entered Gaza, the PR crisis was too high for them, too tough for them to handle, that they decided to do another trick, which was to open military checkpoints disguised as food distribution centers. And they would arrest people and kill people at the distribution centers, and they didn't even distribute enough aid, because it was never their intention. Their intention is ethnic cleansing. So this cannot even be considered aid. And now, even that disguised initiative, this military initiative for the purpose of ethnic cleansing, even that is closed. And once again, the Palestinian people are left without nothing. And that's why our mission is important. We cannot stop to their threats. Everyone that follows us, that like us, that has their hearts on the ship, on this boat with us, they've been asking us what we're going to do about their threats. And we do not fear them. They've been threatening all of our flotilla missions for 17 years, of an illegal siege of 18 years. And we cannot abide to a genocidal force. We cannot ask for the permission of a force that is committing genocide. Of course, they will never allow. But we need to challenge them, because it's the duty of the peoples of the world to stop this genocide. And all they have is their bombs and their weapons and their violence and their hate. And we have all the rest. We have collectivity. We have solidarity. We have billions of people in this world that abominates what's happening in Palestine, abominates the genocide, that know deep in their hearts that starving children to death is wrong, and that more and more are willing to do something about it. So we do not fear them, because throughout history we understand that when these moments happen, this march to freedom is unstoppable by any oppressive force. Like other generations defeated the apartheid in South Africa, like other generations defeated Nazism and fascism, now it's our turn to answer to the historical calling of our generation and defeat Zionism and its worst expression, imperialism, led by the United States of America. We know it's a hard task, and people suffer a lot through that, and of course has its risks, but it's our historical duty to do so. And we are doing not on this humble 12 people boat, we are doing this together. This boat here is together with other initiatives to break the siege by sea, by land and by air. On the 9th, the Sumut convoy comes from Tunisia marching on North Africa to get to Gaza. On the 12th, thousands and thousands of people from more than 50 different countries are arriving in Cairo by plane and marching from Al Arish to Gaza. So we are part of a joint initiative. We have a joint coordination with those 3 initiatives. And we suggest that if you want to do something, you join these initiatives. But even at home, go to demonstrations, do boycotting, disrupt the armed factories, do like dock workers that are not fueling tanks for ships that are carrying aid or that are carrying weapons to Israel. Do everything you can. The time is now to create the biggest global uprising humanity has ever seen. And we need to do this wisely, we need to do this strategically, but we need to mobilize everyone. The time is now. So do whatever you can, wherever you are. We do not stop for their threats. We do not fear them, because we know that throughout history, when it comes to this point, they can stop a few of us, but they will never stop the social majorities of this world. So we are heading towards Gaza. We know our objective. We know that ending the starvation of children is in the heart of every human being who is not dead from inside. And that's why we'll never stop to a genocidal force. So we are going to Gaza. We know they have their tactics, their scare tactics. The drones were here for 4 nights in a row, but we do not fear them. Eventually they will understand that they cannot stop us through force. All they can do is attack 12 people. But the effect they will have is that after these 12 we will have hundreds and then thousands and then millions and then billions. That will not stop until the genocide is over. Until children are not starved to death anymore. Until hospitals are not bombed anymore. Until schools and shelters are not bombed anymore. So actually any oppressive force, whether it was the British Empire in the independence of India, the apartheid state in South Africa, or even the racists in the segregated South of the United States during the Civil Rights Movement, they think they are in control, but they are not. The people have the control. We are the ones that control our destiny. We are the ones who write history every single day with our actions. And it's time for us to write history once again. A history of liberation, a history of social justice, a history of harmony within nature that we are a part of, a history of love. That's why we're here for. We do not fear their smear campaigns. They have been saying terrible things about the flotilla for 17 years. Every mission of the flotilla, this is the 36th boat that tries to reach Gaza. Every single one of them was threatened by Israel and said that they were carrying guns, weapons, that they were full of insurgents and stuff like that. After every mission, they had to assume and tell people that, of course, there were no weapons. They said this 1 month before when they bombed our boat, the Conscious, with 2 Israeli drones. And after an inspection on the boat, what did they find? Humanitarian aid. And they say that we are all insurgents here. Because in the end, they have nothing to say and we do not believe their lies. The world does not believe their lies because they've been saying that under every hospital in Gaza there were bombs and tunnels. Under every residential area in Gaza there was bombs and weapons, and in the heart and the body of every kid was a military target. So no one believes their lies anymore. And we should not abide to their threats. We do not fear their smear campaigns. We do not fear their physical threats. We know what we're here for. We know that what we're doing is in the heart of every human being in the world. And we are going forward. And we thank you so much for your support. We are reaching the decisive day, so now it's very important to be on alert. It's very important that you share this message as well. It's the visibility that improves our safety right now. We train all of our participants in non-violent direct action so that even in the face of extreme violence, everyone will remain non-violent. We train on emergency procedures. They attack and try to kill us in order to preserve as many lives as we can. But most of all, we mobilize ourselves because we know that if we do this together, we can stop them. If we can make this and a cost so high for the Zionist entity that they have no choice. They will either let us in and let the Palestinian people conquer a right that every human being in the world has to have food when he's starving, or they will attack us and they will expose themselves to the entire world of this hateful regime that they are, and they mobilize hundreds, thousands, millions and billions to defeat this hateful regime. The historical duty of our generations, like others, their generations defeated the apartheid, defeated Nazism and fascism, now is our turn to defeat imperialism and defeat Zionism at its core, where it manifests with the worst atrocities that we've ever seen. Keep echoing the voices of the Palestinian people, keep sharing what's happening in Gaza. The violations increased severely in the last few days. Keep sharing other initiatives as well. We are all together in the same boat through liberation and to social justice. Thank you so much for everything you've been doing. It's been amazing being on this journey with you. We feel confident, we feel safe with you. We are together, a big hug, and let's transform this world.